I walked into the room and saw Sajid hunched over his computer, typing away furiously. His eyes were glued to the screen. I walked over to the jug and poured myself a glass of water. My throat was parched, burning from a thirst that felt deeper than just physical need. Sajid turned his head slightly, eyes narrowing. "What's up?" "Something happened," he asked. In a defeated voice, I muttered, "Nothing." "So, it's confirmed then? You're gonna lose a whole year?" I nodded. "Seems like it, but whatever happens, happens for a reason. God has a plan." Sajid leaned back, raised an eyebrow, and scoffed. "That's the problem with you people. Even when life punches you in the face, you still mumble that God does everything for the best. Can't you see? You're losing a year because of poor attendance. Where exactly is the good in that? Let me tell you a bit about Sajid. He's my roommate, studies microbiology at the University of Dhaka. He used to be deeply religious, prayed regularly, fasted, read the Quran. But something changed after coming to university. Gradually, he became agnostic, and now he proudly declares himself an atheist. He sees religion as a social invention, God as a man-made idea born out of fear and control. I had no energy left for a debate, but I also couldn't completely ignore him. I looked at him and said, "Something worse could have happened, right? Worse than this?" He said sarcastically, "Yes." "Like what?" "Imagine this. I didn't study at all this year, failed in exams, got humiliated. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to handle it. Maybe I'd have taken my own life." Sajid burst into laughter. What a ridiculous way to justify failure. He kept laughing, mockingly.
That night, the conversation flared up again. "So tell me," he said, "you believe in a creator on what basis?" "There are two kinds of belief," I replied. "One based on evidence conditional belief, the other, belief without proof." Sajid chuckled. "The second kind is just blind faith, my friend." I ignored his comment. "The first kind is fragile," I said. "It changes when the evidence changes. It's temporary. That's not true belief." Sajid was intrigued now. "Go on, take the sun and the earth. Since ancient times, humans have wondered about their relationship. Science gave answers, changing answers. The first major theory was by the Greek astronomer Ptolemy. You remember what he said, right?" "Yes. He said the sun revolves around the earth." "Exactly. And that theory was accepted by scholars and scientists for 250 years. Think about it, 250 years. All those people lived and died believing something that was wrong. Then came Copernicus. Right. He proved the earth revolves around the sun. Yes. But he made a mistake too. He claimed the sun is stationary, but we now know the sun moves as well, it spins. It travels through the galaxy. His theory was wrong for another 50 years. Sajid lit a cigarette, exhaled slowly. "That's science. It evolves. It's self-correcting." "Exactly," I said. "Science admits it doesn't have all the answers. Today's fact can be tomorrow's fiction. So beliefs based on proof are not real belief. They're just contracts, as in, I'll believe you until someone better comes along." Sajid was quiet.
"But belief in God," I continued, "is the opposite. That's why the Quran begins with, 'This book is for those who believe,' not those who demand proof. If science had the final say, the verse would have read, 'This is for the scientifically minded.' But no faith starts where science ends." "But how can you believe in something you can't see?" Sajid protested. "There's a lot we can't see, but we still believe in. That's not God's weakness, it's our limitation. Science can't explain everything. Do you want an example?" "Sure." I smiled. "Your girlfriend's name is Michu, right?" He looked suspicious. "Why are you bringing her up? Just go with me." "Fine. Yes. Now imagine this. I raped Michu, left her bleeding on her bed, and you somehow found out? Tell me why, according to science, should I be punished for that crime?" Sajid was stunned. "That's a critical question. I don't know how to explain that scientifically." "That's my point," I said. "Some truths can't be found in formulas. Morality, justice, love, pain, science stutters before them. But what does that have to do with God? Everything. You don't need to see to believe. We all believe in things we've never seen. Even you?" Sajid raised his voice. "I don't believe in anything I can't see." "Oh, really?" I said. "Let me ask you something. Did you witness your parents conceive you?" "What kind of question is that? Just answer." "Of course not." "So how do you know the man you call father is actually your biological father?" Couldn't your mother have conceived you with someone else? Do you have any proof? He was silent. You never saw it, yet you call him father. You call your siblings your siblings. You believe it without ever needing proof. That's faith. You carry it every day without even realizing it. Sajid didn't say anything. Then he stood up and left the room. I thought maybe I had heard him. The next morning, just before dawn, I got up to perform ablution for the Fajr prayer. As I reached for my towel, I noticed Sajid standing beside me. I looked at him, puzzled. He looked into my eyes and said, quietly, "I'm here to pray."